Welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week, brought to you by HP Outdoors. Here's your hosts, Josh Palm and Dan Harushka.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week. This week we're talking silhouette decoys. The number one most important thing that you must remember when you're talking about silhouette decoys, and this comes from Big Al himself, of Big Al's of silhouette decoys, the number one most important thing is confidence. You have to believe that your silhouette decoys are not going to let you down and they are going to pull in the birds. A lot of guys want to say, that flock flared because the silhouettes are shining. You can't believe that. You got to trust in your spread. We're going to tell you how to set the spread right now. The next thing you want to consider when you're setting your spread is space. Unlike full bodies, where a lot of guys want to sock them in real tight, make it look like a big black ball in the field, silhouette decoys are completely different. You want to have lots and lots of space. And when I say space, I'm talking 3 to 5 steps at a minimum between each decoy. That way, you give lots of room for the birds that are approaching to see various birds, various shadows from the birds, things of that nature. So remember, lots of space when you're setting the birds. The next thing you got to always keep in mind is that you need more silhouettes than you do full bodies. Roughly 1 dozen full bodies is going to be equivalent to about 3 dozen silhouette decoys. So make sure you have the numbers that you need to fully support the amount of birds you're looking to represent. A lot of guys want to know, well, why do I need so many more silhouettes than full bodies? The main reason for that is the 2D effect, which basically means when a bird is flying straight onto the decoy, it disappears. When it circles around and sees the side of the decoy, it reappears. The magic of this is it's basically built-in motion for you. So as the bird is circling and you set your silhouettes on angles, as they go around your spread, one decoy disappears, the other one appears. It keeps going, that one disappears, and another one appears. Basically, it creates that ground motion, the movement that we're all looking for. But what do you do if you got full-body decoys and no wind? You get no motion. Silhouettes can take care of that for you and get that built-in motion that we all look for. Dan, what do you think?
Well, one, I definitely love motion, so I agree with you there. I have a few tips here. One, it's cost effective. You're looking at 1 dozen silos, usually cost about the same as, 3 or 4 full bodies, depending, what company and how many come per pack. Another tip, when you're talking about space, if you have a car and you don't have a truck, you don't have a trailer, you can fit 4 bags of silos. So you're talking, 3 dozen per bag. You can take 12 dozen silhouette decoys out and spread them all out, and all you need is a little trunk. It doesn't matter if you have a hatchback or what you're driving. So that's another tip. You can use it alone. Like you said, don't be afraid to commit to a full flock of silhouette decoys. Or if you do have some full bodies, they work perfectly as filler. They make it really jump out. Next one, during a snowstorm, you're getting up out of your decoy or out of your blind. You have to clean off your decoys, snow off the full bodies. With the silhouettes, you don't have to do that. That is a huge advantage. You don't have the tracks all through the field. And my last tip, silhouettes usually sit a little bit higher. Now, what does that mean? It's going to cast a shadow. Shadows are great when you're talking about decoys. They are not great when you're talking about your blinds. Those are my few tips.
So there you have it, our tips for hunting silhouette decoys. If you're in the market for some silos, check out Big Al Silhouette Decoys, and we'll see you next week on the Fowl Friday Tip of the Week.
Looking for more waterfowl hunting tips and techniques? Visit hpoutdoors.com or subscribe to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast on iTunes.